Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell it, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell it, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Recording in progress.
Hey everyone, welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Ron, my partner is Dave. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you guys. It's 12 p.m. Eastern, noon. Remember, daylight savings time. We had to move the clocks back an hour. It would normally be 1 p.m. Eastern, but now it's 12 p.m. So I hope you guys are getting an extra hour of sleep and you guys are well rested and ready to dissect these markets with us. Lots of exciting news this week. Today is the U.S. presidential elections all day. So if you're watching your local news, I guarantee you that's all it's talking about right now. Those votes will be tallied up all day. You might see some states are already going to get finalized later this evening, and some states might go into the midnight or later, or there could be drama. Just like almost every single election, there's always some sort of drama. I'm sure that there's going to be a little bit of drama with this election. Who knows? Just get your popcorn and enjoy the show while it lasts, and we'll see what happens. So good luck to both parties, and just make sure if you're in the US, you get out and vote. Your vote matters. If you're independent and you don't care about politics, it's your choice, but whoever gets voted in could possibly impact the next 4 years of your life, and others around the world too. So whoever wins in the US also affects everyone around the world, basically. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But guys, we were just talking about it's November the 5th. Wow, time is flying. Time is flying this year. Soon it's going to be December, and then soon it's going to be the Christmas holidays, and then we're moving into 2025. So with that being said, I hope you guys are learning. I hope you guys are learning every single day and getting better at trading, getting better at investing, just getting better at your psychology, getting better at your risk management, just getting better at areas that you need to improve as we're moving into a new year. Okay, and some of you guys are doing exceptionally well, and there's others that are still working. It's a work in progress. Don't get discouraged. Just continue staying focused and keep learning. Today's plan is we're going to go over the news. Just for today, we went yesterday over the thorough news for the entire week. We know that we do have FOMC this Thursday. That's going to be another big day, and we'll be streaming that together from 12 to 3. So we'll go over the news that already happened, if there's going to be any news this afternoon for us, and also after hours earnings. And then we're going to do a top-down analysis on Nasdaq and gold today, okay? And we're going to go for the next 2 hours, so let's have some fun. If everyone can hit the like button on YouTube, we do appreciate it. While we get this started, can you guys tell me where everyone is from right now? I'm not trying to be nosy, but I like to know where everyone's from around the world. So everyone on Zoom and YouTube, where is everyone from? I like to get to know everyone. I'll get it started. Dave and I are from London, Ontario, Canada over here. So welcome, guys. Welcome everyone on Zoom. Emmanuel, welcome. Sang. Ronald, welcome. Raphael, welcome. Patrick, good afternoon. Same old work stuff. Yes, I got it. Same old. Welcome, Raphael. You have got to cut the grass too. Well, well, let's enjoy it. Mid-November, we're cutting the grass. Mike, welcome. Emmanuel, your kids are at home asking all sort of questions about the election. Yep, it's interesting. Like, it's for our future, for our kids, So we have to really pay attention to the parties and their policies. Ronald, USA. Val, Washington, D.C. Sang, Mongolia. Ulaanbaatar. Wow, thank you, Sang. All the way from Mongolia. I appreciate you. Rafael, Brazil, baby. I'd love to come out there. T, Chicago. Welcome. I love Chicago. Love it. I love it. I visit Chicago often. I got cousins down there. Luis, Colombia. Welcome. And everyone on YouTube, thank you guys for joining as well. Warrior93, welcome. Russell, welcome. Tashi, welcome. Emmanuel, welcome. Horns, welcome. Thank you. The world needs a strong and safe America. I agree. Heath Hayden, all the way from England. Thank you for joining across the pond. Welcome, Meldon. Thank you. Ethereum Lux, welcome. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name. Kevin S, Texas. I love it. I feel bad for us. We're all Cowboys fans. We got to get our stuff together. Horns from Texas. Kevin S from Texas. Love it. There we go. We got a lot of traders from Texas representing. Spain, Arizona, Dominican Republic, South Africa, India. Welcome, welcome, guys. See, very multicultural. Fraser, Ethiopia, my man. Amos, Italia. Ahmed from Iraq, welcome. Malaysia, everything. No drip, LA all day, welcome. Thank you, bro. Okay, guys, let's get it started. David, Pennsylvania. You guys, that's where I believe there's going to be deciding factor for the election. It's going to come down, guys. Okay, this is just my analysis on elections, okay? You guys know my analysis on trading. Let's see how good Ron is at elections. I'm saying, David, it's going to come down to your state, Pennsylvania, and it's going to come down to less than 10,000 votes. Okay? I said it, guys. I said it live. Like with the millions and millions and millions and millions, hundreds of millions of people and votes, it's going to come down, in my opinion, to the last 10,000 votes in Pennsylvania. Okay? And we'll see. So Pennsylvania, it's all of the world and America is waiting for you guys. There's a lot of independents in Pennsylvania, and it's a big, big swing state. That's the battleground state. And when there's a candlestick, this Pennsylvania is a spin top. Like, it had a little bit of Trump, has some Harris, and it's neck and neck. It's right at even, very even down there. But we'll continue to watch it. Okay, guys. Damien's videos, what happens to the market if Kamala wins or Trump? Volatility. Expect some volatility. Watch the VIX. Watch the VIX index. You will see some volatility, and just trade with proper risk management. It might last for a couple days, and then things go back to normal. Things go back to business. Just like any other event, FOMC, NFP, expect some volatility. Markets will react. We'll see how long it lasts, maybe a couple days, couple weeks. Markets will adjust, and depending on their policies, whatever they do with the economy or the stock market, then things will start to move. Some securities will move. If Democrats get elected, some securities will move if Republicans get elected, and things like that. But we take it again day by day, candle by candle, and we trade with risk management. Okay, so let's get started. I'm excited to be here. Let's get going. Forex Factory, we already had some news. I'm not going to go over everything because we already did this thoroughly yesterday. Watch yesterday's video. It didn't get any love. I think it's only got 900 views. Come on, guys. It was a good call yesterday. I know it was really short, but I had to take my kids to the doctors. We had London news. We had a British 10-year bond auction. We have our all-day ECOFIN meetings. We have, in the US, we had our red folder ISM services PMI. We didn't have much at 8:30. Normally we have some 8:30 red folders. We didn't have much this morning. All day, what we were just talking about, these two red folders, all day presidential elections, congressional elections, okay? Doesn't show anything actual previous, there's no numbers, it's just telling us that all day it's the presidential elections, and just letting us know about it, okay? This afternoon on our call, in less than an hour, we're going to have US 10-year bond auction, and I believe tomorrow is the 30-year bond auction. Okay, we might see a little volatility at 1. Hopefully we're on the charts and we're dissecting the charts over here. And then later this afternoon, when market closes at 4 p.m., we have after hour earnings, and we also have some news, red folders coming out of New Zealand. We have our employment change quarter over quarter and our unemployment rate. Unemployment rate, look at the forecast. The previous was 4.6%. They're forecasting 5%, a 0.4% increase in New Zealand's unemployment rate. That's pretty substantial for unemployment. So we'll see what the actual number is here. And if anyone's from New Zealand, what is going on in New Zealand? Why is our unemployment forecast so high over here? How is the economy in New Zealand? Okay, if you need any news, there's lots of news you can read while you're having your coffee and getting started for your day. And we're also going to look at earnings. Okay, let's not forget about earnings. We had some pre-market earnings today. Anyone hear about Palantir? We talked about it yesterday. I said, please put that on your watch list. It's up 20% right now. If you own any shares of Palantir, congratulations. If you got some call options on Palantir, you are loving life right now. Your percentage gains are fantastic. So congratulations if you were looking at it, or if you own it, or you got some covered calls. So this morning, before the open, we had some report. They weren't the biggest names, like big name companies. There was Melco Resorts, Archer Daniels, Sundial. These are cannabis securities. Ferrari. So not big names. Maybe DuPont. Not too big. Let's see the after hours over here. After hours. Okay, we got Super Micro, SMCI. These guys took a big hit. Like I can show you guys the security. These guys have taken a massive hit, about 50% in the last week. Why? Because their accountants backed out just right before their earnings, and very suspicious. The SMCI took a tumble. It's not advised to buy a falling knife. Maybe wait till after the earnings and see what happens, and listen to the CEO, listen to the COO, listen to the CFO, what they say, if they address that situation, why accountants just left like that. I've seen this with a lot of securities in the past, and there's gonna be an explanation. There has to be. Otherwise, it will keep selling. Like it doesn't show any investor confidence. So they're going to have to address that. That's at 4:20 p.m. After hours. We also have like oil and energy over here. Devon Energy Corporation at 4:05. Lumen Technologies, Microchip Technology, MCHP. So we have some chips reporting this evening in the after hours. Pan America Silver Corporation, Kinross Gold. So you got your metals over here. Kinross Gold I talked about. Add this on your watch list. Add Eldorado Gold on your watch list. If you like some mining companies, junior miners, these should have pretty good earnings. Gold and silver, with gold and silver going to all-time highs and just recent all-time highs. I'm sure that they have pretty good earnings and revenue. Because if gold and silver are going to all-time highs, there's got to be someone who can mine it out of earth to get it to provide spot gold. So they should have pretty good earnings. So that is this afternoon, and then let's just see tomorrow morning when we wake up, Wednesday before the open, any big names: Celsius Holdings, Novo, CVS Health, Toyota, Aurora, again, some cannabis securities. Again, I said, please, guys, on your watch list, add Canopy Growth, add Aurora, add Tilray, add these three cannabis securities if you're from the U.S. or Canada, because U.S. Is very, 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 very close to federally legalizing cannabis across all states federally, and these might see a little bit of injection in volume if they do announce that, and both parties are hinting that they're going to do that. Whether it's Trump, whether it's Harris, they are hinting that U.S. is leaning towards federal legalization and following like Canada and other nations around the world. We also got Toyota. Okay, so those are our earnings. Um, oh no, Mike, you had 700 shares of Palantir and you sold them at $21. Ugh, that sucks. Yeah, it's those woulda, shoulda, couldas, but they had a lot of they had a bright future. They still do. So they had a lot in the pipeline, and they're run by a really well organized CEO. Okay, guys. So these are our trade ideas, signals that we send out to the group. Just want to show you a couple. This is Miss Dow Jones US 30 on the 5 minutes. So we're looking for buys above, you can see the line right here, the blue box, 41,855. This is market volatility. Okay, this is Wall Street. You can see it opened up, it came all the way down here, came all the way back up and closed with volume above 41,855. So if you waited for that 5-minute candle to close, now you can see that there is some volume. There is an extreme range because it is market open. And then it came back down and look, it retested right around 855. It made a new high and closed with green volume again. Then they kind of gapped it down and brought it down red, red, red again, to like tweezer bottom low wicks into about 50% of that New York volume open and got rejected out of there. So that should give you a clue that you should be looking for buys and not sells. And anywhere along here, if you bought, look at the big massive candles running up past 42,000. So that's a 150 pip move. You could have got a little bit of your daily goal out of there. And also let's take a look at commodities over here. So there's a really nice signal sent out on gold running almost 100 pips. So let me just review it again. So we're looking for buys above. You can see the black line, blue box, 2,740. You can see there was no volume closing above 2,740. It dipped down. We see it kind of comes down to where there's structure here. If you drew a line across, you'd see it kind of like a double bottom. And then you get your big bullish candle. These are on 5 minutes. This is COMEX market open. You get your big bullish candle coming up, closing above, giving confirmation that the volume closed above 27.54. I would naturally mark 50% of that candle and also the retest of 27.40, where it came red, red, red right down to 27.40 and pushed up. You could have bought inside here, and if you did, you broke out of the previous resistance, came and broke out this resistance. There was a new high, there was a pullback, and then it continued to drive up for approximately 100 pips. So just with those two trade ideas, you could have potentially hit a daily goal. Maybe this helped you with your own charting, and you were looking for buys on gold and you were looking for buys on US 30, and the trade idea complemented you. Maybe it helps you with your analysis, and pretty good trade setups and signals from SST. Congrats to those that took those or are learning from them. Okay, this is our website, guys. Real quick, we have a free blog for everybody, like right here, types of order blocks, successful gold trades with SST for over 500 pips, kind of some analysis there. Gap patterns to know. Okay, we've been talking about gap candles, gap patterns lately, different supply strength zones, intraday demand zones, price action, candlestick patterns, everything that we talk about on a daily basis. These are all blogs available for free. Tons of education, guys. We release these every other day, every day. There's going to be a lot of these. So join this free blog. If you're into live sessions, we have Live London with Shahab. We've got New York with Dave and myself. Post New York. Education wise, we got a ton of education. We got boot camps, we got courses with quizzes, we have all of our webinars. I'm going to break these down with some smaller, shorter videos to show you this is beginners, advanced, more intermediate, and what they comprise of, what they are. We're starting a whole new program, and I've got it down. What we're going to do is just, I felt kind of ill lately, and my kids got sick, so it kind of set me back a little bit. Yahoo Finance. Tim Hortons is in the news. Look at Timmy's. All of the coffee I buy here. Restaurant Brands posts US 357 million Q3 net income, down from 364 million a year ago. Revenue totaled US 2.3 billion, up from 1.84 billion in the same quarter last year. So Tim Hortons, lots of coffee. Coffee and donuts over there. Any other? Palantir shares surge to record as AI boom powers forecast raise. Look, I said 20% when we started the call. It's up almost 23% right now. Click on it, and here's the article. What is going on over here with Palantir? Remember what we said to add this on your watch list. Palantir shares jumped over 70%, actually 23, to hit a record high on Tuesday after the data analytics firm raised its annual revenue forecast for the third time. The AI frenzy. The company is expected to add almost 16 billion to its market value if gains hold. So if you don't know what it is, Palantir is among the biggest winners of the generative AI boom. With its stock price more than doubling, tripling right now. Like, it's up there right now. So you can read up on it. Palantir, congratulations to anyone that owns this, or bought actual shares, or looking at call options. Any other stuff in the news? Let's see here. How is the US market right now? S&P green, 1.13%. Dow up almost 1%. Nasdaq, which we're going to do, 1.44%. Russell mid caps 1%. Crude oil 1.5. Gold is pretty flat. We'll do an analysis on gold too. Pretty flat today, sitting at 27.50. So you got your top winners, top losers. Trending tickers obviously is Palantir today. And let's just continue moving forward, guys. We have a free Telegram for everyone on YouTube. It's right over here. If you can click on YouTube, it's pinned at the top of the channel, our free Telegram channel for you guys. This was the gold signal, what I was just talking about, right over here. This is how it was developing. These are the Scalper Pro recap trades throughout on yesterday, November the 4th. Our trading schedule for the day, our YouTube videos, so everything that we do here at SST, and our weekly schedule over here. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's start off with the charts. We're gonna get started with Nasdaq, and then I'm gonna do gold. Okay. So are we all good to go, guys? It's 12:25. We got about 4 or 5 more minutes, and then it's going to be 12:30. There's a new 30-minute candle opening in the market. I will probably be doing top-down analysis. So if you are in any trades or looking to get into any trades, please monitor and understand that a new 30-minute candle will be opening. It could provide a little bit of momentum or volatility, but just trade careful. Okay, I'm going to start to break down Nasdaq, and then we're going to do gold. Okay, so I'm on Nasdaq. It's on the daily. So this is the daily candlesticks. Each individual candlestick represents an entire day of trading. I can see where there was an all-time high. When did we get up here? It was right over here, mid-July. So if I stretch this into the future, we came back into that all-time high supply box right at the end of October, and it got rejected. And this is where we are right now, trading in here. A nice big bullish candle on the daily. Do we have any areas of support? Yes, absolutely. I can see some. I'm just now figuring out some daily zones. Like right over here, this was resistance. Then it turned to support. Again, with that red candle closing below, it's resistance, red, continuing, red, continuing. Now we get some choppiness, but we get green volume above us. So this is where we can start to change it, this zone to green, continue stretching it into the future. I see that red candle wick right in the green box go back up. That's what gave us a second top in that all-time high supply, and continuing with this theme, bringing it into the future. I can see now the last few days how it's been trading in this green box. Right over here, last Thursday, it actually closed bearish below there. But Friday, it opened bullish and didn't even break that low wick and came right back up into about 50% of it. Got rejected, but closed with a green volume. Still not as strong, but holding the green box. Then we had the weekend. Then Monday opened up where it was red again. Came down here. Got a higher low. Holding, not really breaking below here. It came back up, and then we kind of closed right in here. Volume, red volume in there. And then today it started where it opened. Red, red, red. Higher low coming out of here. It took out Monday's high, it took out Friday's high, and we're driving all the way up here. We're almost near the high of the day, but we're still going against this big red candle as of last Thursday, okay? And the rejection from that second top of that all-time high supply. So it's a very strong candle on the daily right now. It could continue to drive, but we might also encounter some resistance that could pull us down. So where could we find some resistance now? We know that the supply is up here, okay, 20,700, but we're down here around 20,300, 275. So look at all the structure inside here. We do have some structure. One area that I'm looking at, and I'm going to draw a yellow line so that you guys can see this daily point of interest right here. Okay, and if you guys have questions, ask questions as to why I'm looking at this area. The reason why I'm looking at here is I can see how it held right there, green, and continued to move up. This is where the big move started to come down, right around that yellow line. I can see a false fake out right there. I can see where it kind of retested the yellow line, retested it. Again, false fake out, volume below the yellow line. You can see kind of here how they kind of close it right at the yellow line, open a candle there, close a candle. Look at the bearish engulfing candle on Thursday that started it, was right at the yellow line. And then I look at the actual physical number, 20,400. It's a very, very, very psychological level. It's those 100 pip increments, 20,300, 20,400, 20,500, as if we're in an auction, okay? And it lines up with previous price action, and it's a nice psychological number. So that's a good point of interest. So I'm going to write over here under settings, to match the yellow line, the yellow color, the words, and this will be a daily POI of resistance. Why? Because the line is above us and the volume is below us. So if we do come back up green, 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 and we tap into this yellow line, that's where sellers could be and push it right back down. Okay? That's could happen. But if the volume continues to close above that yellow line, on whatever time frame you're looking at, then this yellow line is still a daily point of interest, but it might act as support and build off of this and continue to drive up to that all-time high supply. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to break down today's daily volume. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, you see where we closed on Monday and where we opened. So there was no gaps in the market. It was a close and an even open. Okay, so that is to me is also a point of interest. Where daily candles open and close is point of interest. They opened and closed at these specific areas for a reason. So I'm going to write right here, and it's located inside our green demand box. So this is also a daily POI of support. Okay, we're nowhere near this yellow line. We're nowhere near the opening price of today. We're all the way up here. But if we ever do come back down, this is where we could find support or just a little higher above it. And then when we opened up, it wasn't initially a bullish day. It was bearish. We came red, 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 and that's where we made our low of the day. Okay, so I'm going to place a purple line at our low of the day to help us understand if we ever come back down here, maybe sometime this week, if we do, that this is a the low of the day. You can also put the date if you like. It depends how much information you want to add on here. But this is the low of the day. Like what I could do is here, I'm showing you what else I could do. Low of the day, and then I can also put the day. So today is Tuesday, November the 5th, right? So then I know that anytime it revisits this area, I know that this was the low of the day on Tuesday, November the 5th. Again, we're nowhere near that, but let's say maybe FOMC on Thursday and Nasdaq's coming all the way right back down to this purple line, then I know that that was the low of the day on Tuesday, November 5th, and helps me understand things and process things a little bit better and with more information. So building off of this, we came up there. Now I look below us. We got a higher low, tweezer bottom low, higher low, continuing to build off of here, continuing to build off of this rally. So it is making higher highs, higher lows, and we got this big bullish candle. So then we came right back up. We hit our low of the day. We'll find out when we go to the hourly exactly what time was the low of the day. We came right back to where we opened, and then the buyers kept pushing all of this green volume. And we kept pushing and pushing where we just made the high of the day. Okay, you can see the wick up there. We're very, very close to the high of the day. We're probably going to break it on this call. We'll see. But I have to identify it. Okay, right there. I know the volume is right there, and we're probably going to go above it. We might, but we're analyzing live while it's happening. So I can't do anything about this. We have to acknowledge the wick. So this is the high of the day. Again, if you want, you can put the actual date if you want. Okay, we know it's the high of today. And what happened when we got up there? Kind of got rejected, and this is where the volume is right now. Now, we have all of this massive volume from where we opened all in here. What else can we do? What we can do is we can cut the volume in half right now. If I look directly right now where we opened and where the volume is, if I cut it in half, I cut it in half right there. And then you can see how it lines up with a body and also yesterday's high right around there, right around 20,150, that nice psychological area. So I'm going to place another yellow line right here. Okay, not purple. I got to change it to yellow. Why? Because yellow represents point of interest on daily, right? So again, yellow line, daily, POI, and support. So this will be a supporting area. If the volume comes back down, if the sellers reject it, it comes back down and we get a wick because it's selling pressure pushing all this green volume. Right there, we should expect to find our buyers. Why? Because look in the past what happened in this area. When we had green volume close above, it came down to that yellow line and back up. It came down right around that yellow line and back up. It broke the yellow line, but the buyers bid it right back up and the volume stayed above the yellow line and then pushed for that next leg. Again, look at this red candle where it came all the way down here, came back up, and look at where it closed, right at that yellow line. Next day, again, started that move right there. We broke right below it, and then you see on Friday, we impulsively broke above it, pushed right back down. Monday, yesterday, we came right around that yellow line and then they rejected it. Now we're breaking above it. So this is definitely a point of interest right over here. That's just a line. If you'd like to make a zone, I'll show you how to make a zone. Now use the yellow line as your point of reference and then look at wicks and bodies that are just right around that yellow line. Now pay attention to this because I get asked this question a million times. How do you determine where to make a zone at this point of interest? So what I do is look at these two bodies right here. It all starts right here. Sometimes your analysis will start with two bodies. Do you guys understand right here? I need to know yes or no. What do you see how I just grabbed that green body above that yellow line and that red body above that yellow line? That's all I did. I didn't do any rocket science or anything. Now what I do is I bring it in here. You see that wick now? So that wick that impulsively broke above that yellow line, see it? You see how it's still inside this box where there was the volume. Okay, so now I got a body, and a wick. That's 3 touches. That's 3 data points. Now let's just continue. Okay, this one impulsively broke above it. What I could do is, but then this is where you're exaggerating. Then, okay, we can get that wick like that and keep doing that. No, I'm going to keep it with those bodies right here because the bodies hold more critical information. It's volume, not just rejections. So I'll continue with this going across, and then you see how I kind of get yesterday's that traded right into there and then they rejected it. Yes, I do miss that, but the point is not to make this zone that big. It's to keep it consistent like this. Now what I do is continue to stretch it into the future. Now that I've established the box, I can do that. And then another tip, you can leave it like that. Or what you can do is the same distance above, okay, there's my yellow line, point of interest, the same distance above, what you can do is you can bring it down the same distance below, like that. Then you get a little bit above the line and a little bit below the line. If you want to keep it above the line, you can do that. But if I see that wick right there and that kind of wick right there and that wick right there, if I bring it below right there, like same distance below, then I get a nice green zone. Okay, so if it comes back down into here, it might not come exactly right down to that yellow line and bounce right back up. Now it might come to the top of the green box. It may come directly right at our yellow line, or it might come down to the bottom there. But this entire green zone is a demand or fair value, or where pending orders are waiting to buy this up. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Because you can do this on all time frames, not just daily. So if you're scalping on 5-minute candles, on 3-minute candles, on 1-minute candles, on 15-minute candles, the same exact zones, everything is the same. Okay, and once I've established it, now I drag it into the future because I'm going to be trading later today. I'm going to be trading tomorrow. I'm going to be trading Thursday, and I'm going to trade Friday. If the volume continues to stay above here, we might be continuing to push. But if we retrace back down, I want to see how this block will react before we come down to the bigger green block down here. Okay. If we continue to push and create a new high of the day and break out of here today, where could we possibly go? Yes, we could definitely go up to that daily point of interest of resistance, but from the purple line to the yellow line, there's all of this traffic in between. Is there any point of interest inside here that we can find? I can find that wick. I can see that wick, that wick, that wick. I can see that wick over there. A rule of thumb, guys, if you're having difficulty figuring out what wick or what candle to base your analysis off of, you can just do something very, very easy. This is something very easy. If you're a very simplistic person and you don't want to get too technical and too complicated, from the purple to the yellow line, where's half of it? Just find half of it. Right there. Just get, if you have to, just guess. Okay. If you don't like guessing, I'll take the guessing work out of it. Take your Fibonacci tool and go from the purple line and drag it up to the yellow line. It will tell you exactly 0.5, 20,341.85. Right there. That is your halfway point from the purple line to the next point of interest. If you need to do this style, no problems. Do that style. But look at what I'm doing. I'm putting it right now at lining it up with 0.5. Now I know exactly that is 50% of this purple line to the yellow line. And then I look to see, do I get any touches at this yellow line? I see when that green candle closed above, it came red, red, red right down to the yellow line. A little bit broke, but came back up. Here, kind of impulsively broke above the yellow line, pushed back down. Here it touched the yellow line, pushed back down. And then you see, guys, that is just a line. I can do the same thing. Remember what I did down here, where I figured out a zone? I can do the same thing with this. See how there's a wick there? There's a wick there. If I want, I can grab like those and grab it and draw a zone like that, okay? But if it's coming up here, if we're coming up here, this is not a green box. This will be a red box. Why? Because this could be offerings. This could be supply above us. If it comes, breaks, that's where the resistance could be, and then they push it right back down. Okay, so you see how I did that, guys? We can find these areas, zones, all day. And again, I'm just above the yellow line. If I want to do the same thing, same direction, same going down below the yellow line, I can do that. And then stretch it over there. Then you see how I get that wick, how it came down there, red, 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 and stopped right there. Then I kind of give myself a zone of interest and not just a line. Okay, so that's breaking down the daily, and it's very bullish today. Okay, could it be because of U.S. elections? The U.S. stock market is green. Possibility. Could it be that the U.S. dollar is down today and volume is trickling into the markets? Possibly. Okay, whatever it is, the candle is showing us it is strong today. But we cannot neglect the resistance behind us. Okay, there was a big where it came, tested the all-time high, and they really shorted it down right up there at 20,685 and dropped it. We are pulling right back up, but we might encounter some resistance and then push it down. Now I don't want to stick on the daily candle. We've done enough daily analysis. Now let's dissect this daily candle. Let's move into 1H, 1 hour. Now I can tell exactly at what time it hit the low of the day, at what time it hit the high of the day, when we had a big spike in volume. Now I am dissecting the daily candle and making more sense of it. So I can start to see as we were pushing down Monday, 11 a.m. We started our call yesterday quickly at 12. There was a little bit of a move. Then it pushed right back down. See how it kind of consolidated in our green zone. This is when we hit the low of the day, 8:20 military time. This is the futures market open up. This is 8 p.m. Eastern, where it came down red, red, red and stopped right there. We were trading below that yellow point of interest. Finally, at 1 a.m. Eastern, I was sleeping at that time. We closed above it and retested it at 2 a.m. That's pre-London. We retested it at London. That's 3 a.m. and it continued to make higher highs with a nice strong candle. Then we started to sideways consolidate. 4 a.m. Look at 5 a.m. How we come back down, red, red, red. Again, we hit that daily point of interest and again it gets rejected. We weren't making any new highs until we got the big spike at Wall Street. This is 9 a.m. Wall Street. You get that massive big green candle push all the way up here, take out this entire zone, take out these previous impulse highs over here on Friday, and close above. We started at 10 a.m. where it continued to make a new high, came back down, and held our yellow point of interest support, push right back up. Here at 11 a.m. it came back down in our green box and push right back up, close near the high. Right now what I can do is, you see this, I can work with Wall Street's candle, but also we got to work with this one, 11 a.m. Let's figure out where 50% of this 11 a.m. green volume is, because it was engulfing. It opened and it engulfed everything, closed near the high. 50% of that green volume is right there. Okay, and look at this, guys. I'm going to place a white line where I think 50% is. Okay, I think 50% is right there. Okay, and I use a white line. A white line is to justify hourly. Okay, to separate it from the daily point of interest. So white line, I write hourly. Or if you say 1H, your choice, whatever is your preference. Hourly, 1H, point of interest. All of these lines are points of interest. But the higher the time frame, the more weight it holds. The daily yellow lines hold more weight than an hourly white line. If I go into the 5 minutes and I have a red line, that one does not hold as much weight as an hourly. The higher the time frame, the more it's tried, the more it's been tested, the more weight it holds. So this is an hourly 1H point of interest of support. Why? Because the volume is above us. If we come back down here, this might act as support, and naturally it's about 50% from the top of this, from this yellow line to the purple line, half of it is right there. Okay, and then I look in the past. How did volume react at this white line? Look at where the bodies were right here. Hourly push down, close right near the white line. Hourly push down, come back up, close right at the white line. Inside consolidation candle right at the white line, not breaking, and then it pushed right back up. Then you got the massive push down. So we're still holding this currently. Again, if you don't know where to place 50%, use your handy Fibonacci tool. Some traders will go, okay, so it's all personal preference. I want to make this clear. You can go from the swing low to the swing high, and it will give you your Fibonacci retracements and your 50% level. I personally go from the opening volume to where the volume closed. I don't do range when I'm looking at 50%. Because I'm specifically looking at 50% of the volume. There's a different perspective. If I was looking at 50% of the entire range, I would be plotting my lines completely different. Okay, you got to understand the difference. And if you're doing the entire range, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're absolutely correct too, and I'm correct too by doing. It's just whatever you want to focus on. I like to focus more on the actual critical volume, okay, where the candle opens and where it closes. I'm very interested in that, but I'm also marking the ranges and everything. So I'm just going to show you with your Fibonacci tool. Grab your Fib tool from the opening volume right there, bring it up to where it closed right there, and see the 0.5 right there. I'm off by just a hair. What I can do is I can bring it down to the line right there. Okay, now I'm perfect. Now there's no debating where's 50% of that volume. You can see also, sorry guys, when you have the Fib, look at now. Okay, not only do I have 50%, but there's my 618 and my 382. So you know, if you want a zone, this is how you can figure out a zone without doing it Ron's crazy style with figuring out what happened in the past with wicks. Just do this. Look, there's 50%. Draw your box right up to that yellow line, 618 like that, and bring it down to the next zone, 382, and stretch it across. You now have it plotted mathematically precise. You cannot debate these numbers. The yellow 618 of that hourly candle is 20,219.68, down to the decimal. The 50% of that volume is 20,209.80. The 382 retracement of that is 20,199.93 cents. And the volume is above us. Make the box, that zone, green, because if the volume comes back down here and it sells and sellers push it down, if it comes back down, sorry, let me grab this arrow here. If it comes red, 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 it could bounce right there at the 618 and go back up. It could come into the green box right at 50% at the white hourly line. It could go deep down into the 382, but this entire zone still can represent where the buyers are. Okay, if it breaks below here, okay, if it does this, if it comes down to the 236, you see we came out of that green box, and let's say it closes down there, then what we got to do is we flip that zone from green to red, because the candle shows us it closed below, and now that might be a supply zone. So then if the buyers now bring it right back up, they're coming into supply. It might get rejected right there at the 382. It might come right into 50% of the zone, or it might come back up to that 618. But let's say it comes right back up there and there's a lot of sellers now offering, then our next natural move would be to come down and break this and then drop down into our next green zone. Do you guys understand? We're plotting, we're making our own depth of market through the price action that's already happened. Okay, we're kind of predicting what could happen in the future. Fibonacci tool is, if you get to know how to use this tool, it is one of the best tools, in my opinion, there is in trading. It is absolutely phenomenal. That's one indicator you have, not an indicator, it's a tool that you got to add in your toolbox, 100%. I've just gotten used to scalping 1 minute candles where a candle opens every single 60 seconds. So I got to be fast with identifying where's 50% of it, 618. So I can do it now pretty accurately with just locating with just, I don't need to use fibs, is what I'm trying to say. But if you're a beginner or you want to be 100% correct, use your fibs. Just use it as, if you do it yourself, back test it with adding the fib and see if you're close, if you're off. And so you see, guys, the hourly point of interest of support. Now we figured an hourly demand zone, okay? And we're still up here now. What we can do now is, now we're going to get into 2-minute scalping, okay? So what we can do is, we can figure out this 12 p.m. candle. It's going to close in 7.5 minutes. We already have an opening price. We had the high of the day, and now it's down here. I can right now figure out, before this candle closes, where currently 50% of the volume is. It's somewhere right around here, but it's still moving. It's still, so I'm just saying right around here, this is about 50% right now, okay? So let me just, again, go with the theme. We're going to write right here, 1H hourly POI support. If it comes back down here, we're going to see if the buyers can continue to hold this. So let's do something now where we're going to go to the lower time frame. Normally I go into the 5 minutes, but I want to show you 2 minutes. We did this last time. I want to show you 2-minute candlesticks. So maybe I can explain a little more as we get into 1 p.m. So these are 2-minute candles, how they reacted at our zone. So I can see they came back, pushed down into here. They came right back up, closed, retested this, pushed for a new high. We had this little dead zone right here, then continued to make a new high right at the high of the day. Now we're barcoding green, red, green, red. They broke it down there, but it was false, and it came back up with an engulfing ignited candle. Test that high of the day again. They broke it down there. See how choppy it's getting? Red, green, red, green. Now, if you really want to trap this hard, you can trap it right at the high of the day, and just kind of, you can keep it right at that hourly point of interest white line, or you can grab all of that garbage below. I'm going to keep it consistent with our lines. Make this box neutral, okay? And is there a trend right now on the 2 minutes? Yeah, you can see it's making that. Okay, there was this 2-minute trend, but now it kind of got broken a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to use a red line for the lower time frames. That's our trend. Okay, if you do any trends, you can see it kind of broke. But let's see, are they going to push it going into 1 p.m. and make a new high of the day? And remember what could be up here, some liquidity. They're going to come up here, grab that liquidity, and then push it down because we're approaching the high of the day. Do we have any 2-minute structure from this purple line coming up to the top of the red box? What we got to do is we look to the left. Okay, there we go. You see this? This is when 2-minute volume was trading above the purple high. And then now I'm looking for some touches. Where do I have some touches? Right over here. Let's see. I got right over here. Okay. Follow me, guys. See when it came down to the red line, went back up, came back down to the red line, back up. Here it really pushed down, but look at where the volume was concentrated. Right at that red line. Next 2-minute bullish, those 3 candles. Again, if I look at this red line, how the 2 minutes reacted here. Here it closed down below, came back up. There's my 2-minute resistance, pushed it down. Bear flag below the red line, and then they dropped it down to here, to the purple line. Now it came back up, lower high, they closed it below, and then they sold it off. So if we continue to break for a new high of the day, I'm expecting price to come up to 20,308. Why? Because look at here where we had a double top. This was this morning, 8:30. What happens at 8:30? There's news, there's COMEX, there's all kinds of stuff. Came up here and they pushed it back down. We tested again at 8:45, 8:46. Couldn't break it. So now where's the volume? It's right here. Okay, see how we're barcoding? Green, red, green, red, green. If we can break for a new high of the day, there's that red line at 20,308. I can measure up there. If we do break and the buyers continue to push for a new high of the day, maybe it has potential to come up for 25 pips from a new high of the day up to that red line. Okay, before it can go to that next area of supply, maybe right there. And you see how naturally it's 50% from here, from the purple line to this red bar. I can grab my fibs to show you. Here's the fibs. Fibs don't lie. Bring it up to that red line. See right there? There's 0.5. 20,306.50. Where am I at that red line? I'm 20,308. So I'm off by 1.5 pips. Okay? From where I located it by looking at structure to the left from 8:30 and 8:45 this morning. Does that make sense? And you see how it's concentrated where it wants to come to about 50% of the zone. There's nothing more better than psychological trading. It's very simple. It's very simplistic. Anybody can learn this style of trading. I'm going to keep that up there, but we're nowhere near it right now. They're continuing to push it down. Here's the close of this 2-minute candle. Again, it broke, came right back up and closed. So what I can do is I can follow the volume of these 2-minute candles. I'm looking at 50% of that 2-minute candle right there. We open with a doji candle. Are we at 1 p.m. yet? No. This will be our final 2-minute close, and then we're getting a new hourly candle. So let's watch this thing. We might be getting maybe a potential move coming down here, close below, pull back, and then we start to push down. Maybe we can position ourselves for like a 1 p.m. sell, unless the buyers will step in and bring it right back up. Okay. We'll watch this for 15 more minutes, and then we'll do an analysis on gold. Okay, so let's watch Nasdaq. I'm on 2-minute candles. Okay, so make note of that, guys. These are not 5 minutes, these are 2 minutes. So a new candle is going to open every 120 seconds. Okay, so right now we're getting an impulse bearish move that's breaking those previous lows, but this candle does not close until 55 more seconds. And more importantly, a new hourly candle will open. Okay, so remember here, that was our hourly point of interest of support. Right now it just broke it. They took out the liquidity. They broke the previous 2-minute lows, and now it's coming right back up. Where will this body close? Okay, and then if it comes back up, I've already located 50% of that previous 2-minute candle. And it could 1 p.m. come right back up bullish, and then we might be trading in this consolidated box before it gets to that high of the day. We can trade like above here, getting to the high of the day. Okay, this is now what's called scalping. This is called scalping, guys. If this is something that you've never done before, please practice with a demo or very, 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 very tiny sizes. Okay, look, it came up with buyers. It opened ignited green. They're retesting this. Remember, this is the open of a new hourly candle. Okay, so I gotta give it a few seconds to see what's happening here. Still green. We haven't really closed with any volume below these wicks. It did try. That candle did some damage, but where it closed told the story. Now we're coming back up green. Will it come up to 50% up there? Will it even take out that previous 2-minute high? See the wick? Don't look at that big rejection. Okay, so it came up, they rejected it. Okay, big drop now. Will it come back up with a wick? Will we see where this red volume will potentially close? Can we figure out where's 50% of this volume? If you're shorting right now, you're shorting the opening of an hourly candle. Okay, so this candle will close in 60 seconds. Remember, there could be some volatility here because this is a brand new hourly candle. We're just watching 2 minutes of it. There's going to be 30 of these bars to represent the next hourly candle. Will we actually get volume to close below this wick, this wick, this wick? Okay, so remember what I say. Last 30 seconds are always important to watch. Okay, on all time frames, whether you're trading a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30 hour, daily, you watch the last 30 seconds. Shows momentum going into the close. I'm not in a trade yet. Just analyzing Nasdaq here. Here's the close. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that line down and represent 50% here, but I'm also going to look at those previous bodies. Okay, so that's why I'm waiting. So that big green injection, okay, now it's coming right back up. So if you sold it prematurely, now you got a big massive green candle coming up. Will they reject it back down? Will this green candle come up and engulf? Are we going to get a bullish move? And then they know you can buy this candle prematurely, or you can wait for it to close. You got to have patience. There's 90 more seconds left on it, okay? So I can see now that they broke the low, but then look at the buyers answering, coming right back up. Will it come right back and trade in this consolidated box? Are they going to build a little bit of structure? You know, part of scalping is also analyzing. It's not just jumping on any candle and hitting the sell and hitting the buy button. It's actually looking what's going on. Okay, so you see, if you wait, look at that big bullish candle. If you sold prematurely down at the low, you're in drawdown now on this big green candle. Okay, yes, it could potentially come back down, but the candle is full of green volume right now. Let's see where and how it will close in the next 45 seconds. Can we build? Look at it. It might engulf all of this. Maybe we find 50% of this green candle. Maybe we can buy a pullback. Okay, look at this now. Coming right back up. Scalping is fast. I want to make that clear, guys. Scalping is fast. It's not for all traders. 20 seconds to go in the close. We're right back above that hourly point of interest. Will the volume hold above it? We were just momentarily below it, but now we're back above it. Will it hold? Will it represent 50% of this closing volume? Look at open. If it closes up here, 50% is right around our hourly point of interest support. There it is, 50%. If it comes down red, 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 we could look to potentially find a wick or a rejection here. If it comes down there, it might be a higher low. So we got to watch this. It's got a higher low right now. Will it take out this not too far away? Okay, I'm going to maybe wait for a pullback. Do we have a zone? Can I find a zone? Yeah, when we broke this right there, there is like a 2-minute demand zone right there. So I'm going to draw these green boxes now to start to kind of see where the structure is on the 2 minutes. And remember, if you're trading in here, you're still trading in this consolidated box. This is where it was really choppy. This is where you had green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. We're back coming up green, okay? Coming to the high of the day maybe. Coming back up, pushing back down. Maybe I'm going to wait for something down in here. Okay, and we'll stick with this for another 10 minutes. We'll watch 5 more candles. Then we'll do a little analysis on gold. Unless you guys want to stay with Nasdaq, completely up to you. Okay, look at now. We came up, took out that high. They rejected it back down, coming back up. So this is like a spin top candle. Okay, spin top candles, they don't really have direction. We can't trade these. Not enough information. Right now it's closing in 10 seconds. Where will it close? Look at the body of volume. Is it going to close with a little bit of green volume or a little bit of red volume? Is it a shooting star candle going to close? Okay, so it closed with red. We open ignited. Now we're barcoding. Green, red, coming up green. But we got a lot of resistance behind us. Big wick right there. So this volume has to continue to come up, bullish, 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 and fill that wick. It's not like it's a short wick and then it's that wick fill and pop. This has a lot of exhaustion behind this. So the buyers are trying, but they're trying against this big wick. Anytime if sellers come in now and reject this down, it will be a lower high. So again, just waiting it out to see. what's happening here? I would, if I'm going to buy, I would maybe like a buy at the hourly point of interest support, or maybe this green box if it gets down here. I might miss out on that potential scalp down there because this is moving up right now. Do I want to chase the high right now, right near that high of the day? Maybe I can see if this is a strong candle. And then again, I'm going to figure out where's about 50% of that volume. Maybe if it pulls back on me. And it's still not the greatest to be trading in here. Look at this traffic, okay? It's tough in here. It's tough. Yeah, we could have potentially taken a trade, but still when I look at this, it's still not the greatest. Still real noisy in here. We're not really trending anywhere. And guys, believe me, I do want to get into a trade, but I don't really like this volume. It's number one, it's trading near the high of the day. It's in this consolidated box. Yes, we did momentarily break, but the buyers are bringing it right back up, but we're kind of just still inside here. So I know if I do take a trade in here, it could play around in here. Okay, so I just want to make that clear with everybody. So we did come up, and then they pushed it right back down. Again, we opened with a strong green candle, but it's got to continue to go up this uphill battle and fill these wicks, and there's still resistance above us and the high of the day. The seller's going to push it right back down, mark 50% maybe of that green candle, okay? Right there, right there, right there. And it's lined up with that body. There's 50%. Can it hold right here? 20,270, right where my cursor is. Can we see some buyers step in right there? No. So right as of now, it's very bearish. Now you got a bearish engulfing candle coming down. Okay, this is what I mean, that it's not the greatest area to be trading inside here or scalping this. If you look on the 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes. This is what the 5 minutes are doing. 5 minutes. Even if I was on the 5 minutes, I can't justify a trade right now in the 5 minutes. If we look at the hourly, okay, what's going on in the hourly? Remember, this hourly candle opened up, but now it's coming down. Okay, what happens if we lose all of this hourly volume right there at that yellow? Then it could potentially push down in here. So let's continue to watch this on the 2 minutes. What do you guys think? I want to ask you guys, is this good volume to be trading? Is this volume that maybe you relax, you observe? Is this more consolidated, choppy volume, or do you think that this is good volume to trade? I'm asking you guys. Don't just answer this question from what I'm saying. What do you personally believe? Like, this volume, in my opinion, can be frustrating to trade. Very frustrating. If you're a buyer, you're getting frustrated. If you're a seller, you're getting frustrated, because that's what the market wants. It's chop right now. So this is where either you reduce your risk if you're trading inside here, or you just stay like me on the sidelines and try and pick up some clues as to who will have momentum, who can build at these bigger areas like this green box or at the high of the day. But now what I'm seeing is we got rejected there. That's lower from over here. Again, it came up. That's lower. Again, it came up lower. So the sellers are still holding. They're still holding in here. Now they're bringing it right back down. Yeah, bad zones. Ahmed, I agree with you. It's bad zones. It's consolidation. Like, as much as I want to scalp, I'm on the 2 minutes, but still, scalping requires that we have good volume to scalp. Unless you're just scalping individual candles, you can, like that big green candle, if you bought it, like if you just measure it, it's enough to get in and out of. Like, that's a 15 pip candle if that's what you're looking for. Some traders are looking for more, okay? But you need to start to see what's developing. Now I see a big red candle coming back down to our green box. Okay, remember what I'm looking for. Red volume to close below here. It came right into our green box. It came right back up. It's closing in 20 seconds now, okay? So what I can do when this closes, identify where's 50% of the red volume. Will it be exactly right where our point of interest is, our white line here? Let's take a look. Okay, it looks like it will be right now. If it closes down here, that's exactly 50% right there. Okay, it did. There's 50%. Now opened ignited green in the green box. Is coming up. Bullish, bullish. Let's see, will it come all the way back up to that white line? This will be resistance right now on the hourly. Or will it be a lower high and they reject it? Okay, this might be a potential impulse move down in here. See how it came down red, almost took out that wick, but they saved it. So it's coming right back up. Will the sellers have enough momentum to push it back down now? Okay. And then this is where you might look to take an impulse trade. Okay. I'm going to take a trade. I'm going to go in a sell on impulse, and then I'm also going to maybe add if there's a closure. So I'm going in on a sell. I'm going to place my stop loss above the previous 2-minute structure right there, and I'm looking to see if it can break these lows and come into 50% maybe of this kind of 2-minute area down in here. So I'm currently in a sell on Nasdaq. Maybe I entered prematurely, but I'm hoping that this candle will come down with that volume and push down in here. But I can't do anything. I'm in the sell right now. Okay, I'm waiting to see if I can flip this green box red. If it comes back up, I'm giving it a little room to breathe in here. I'm currently in a Nasdaq sell. Okay, so 30 seconds to go to the close. Who will have the momentum? Hopefully it will be the sellers, can push it down in here. Okay, because I want to flip this green box red. But I need the volume to confirm that. Okay, so it did break a new low, but those stubborn buyers are still there bidding it up. So can the sellers continue to push it down? Suspense. Again, it came down there and then they just bid it right back up. Here's the close. Okay, so we closed right kind of below the green box. So technically, it gives me the right to make it green to red. Okay, we got a beautiful ignited red candle dropping. Now, can we push down with this? Which we are, but you're gonna find that there's gonna be some buyers right here. There it is. Okay, so that's 10, 11 pips with zero drawdown on nasty Nasdaq. If this was US 30, this could be 15 to 20 pips, but Nasdaq is a snail. Okay, but if I get it down to that red line, that's my target. That's 20 pips. I'm gonna go to a break even right now. Okay, I'm not playing games with this. I'm gonna go down to a break even right now. Okay, it just dropped about 15 pips, guys. You gotta be fast at scalping. Okay, you gotta understand what we're doing here. Okay, there it is, guys. I'm gonna scale out 80% down there. I don't give a shit. Okay, Ron's got to eat. Okay, grabbing 80% down there, and the rest is at break even. Okay. But I got to follow this candle now, how it closes. I got to continue to follow that volume. I want to mark 50% of this. I scaled out 80% and I got 20% running. I have no risk in this trade, guys. That was a quick 2-minute scalp. Okay. Do you guys understand what is going on here? I'm not looking to take this trade and hold for the entire day. That was just to break, grab 10, 15, 20 pips and get out. Pip and dip. Going to close in 20 seconds. Why did I get out down here? Because I respect this area. Okay, look why I respected it, because the buyers are there. So you understand why I get in and out. Some people are going to say, Ron, that's too fast. I can't do that. Then don't look at scalping. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Scalping is a different style of trading. It's not for everybody. I will be the first one to tell you scalping is not for everyone. You have to have a certain mindset to understand what goes through a scalper's brain, to understand how to scalp 1 minute, 2 minutes. I'm slowing it down for you guys. I'm slowing it down to 2 minutes right there. That's it. My break even now. 20% of my break even is done. I secured and I'm out. You see why, guys, I get out? I don't play woulda, shoulda, coulda games. Could it have dropped a little more? Absolutely. But I respect zones. I respect candles. And you see now how it's coming up? So if you don't react fast enough, excuse me, this is what I mean can happen. Okay, so I'm out of that trade now. Now I reanalyze. So grabbed all of those buyers. Will it close above here? This zone that I just changed, I go from red to green. And then maybe it could pull back and then the buyers are here. Okay, I allow this thing to close. I got to breathe now. I just took a trade. I got to reanalyze. It's not easy doing this live. I'm going to tell you guys that because everyone has different market executions. Everyone has different broker speeds. Everyone wants to be a scalper until it comes down to scalping. It's not easy, guys. I'm telling you. That's why I can slow it down on these calls. Like if I was doing 1 minute, this is exactly what I'm showing you. My trade on a 1 minute right here. I got in on this candle. Next candle opened, ignited, and dropped in 1 minute. And then if I didn't do anything, look how it came right back up. But I was showing you guys how it is on 2 minutes. I'm trying to slow it down for you guys. And believe it or not, 2 minutes is not slowing it down. But I'm trying to show you how I'm slowing it down. Like 5 minutes is to me is slowing it down. Okay. Now, you see how we're trading right back in the zone? Let's make it green now. Okay, we got to respect. We're still in the zone. Will the sellers still bring it down here? We could maybe continue to maybe sell with this move. You see how it came up here? Where did it retest? It retested our hourly white line and it got rejected. And then we got some sellers, but they're trading in the demand zone. So can they push it down and close it back down here? Then maybe pull back and maybe we can sell and fill that wick and drop. Or is it going to build a little bit of support? And this is going to be like a V recovery where it broke the green down here, come back up, trade around here, and then we get this move. Okay, it all depends on who's fueling up over here in this zone. Okay, so you see how it's still red pushing down. We've moved away from that consolidated zone. Okay, so you see now I'm just fixing my, cleaning up my chart. Okay, now we got a big red bearish engulfing candle coming down. It's going to close in 50 seconds. Do you guys want me to do gold or do you guys want me to stay on this? Let me know because I can do the same thing with gold. We got another less than an hour on the call. You guys let me know. Okay, we got a big red bearish candle coming down, engulfing this green one. If it closes down here, what do we have to do? We got to flip green to red. Okay, let's learn the motions. Learn the motions. If we're learning how to play basketball, we're learning the motions. We got to learn how to dribble. We got to learn how to shoot. You know, you got to have follow through. Okay, it's like sports. We got to learn the motions. Okay, so here's the close in 5 seconds. With this volume, I can assume it's going to close, so I'm already changing the green box to red. You got to be fast. Here, open green. Green, green, green. We're barcoding. Red, green, red, green. Will it come back up and test 50% of that red candle or lower? There's the rejection. Okay, came up, rejected it. But this big wick, it's got a lot. The seller's got a lot to fill down there. Okay, so one area I want to mark up is also right here. This red line. I'm on the sidelines now. I'm still watching. But I'm just going to say, if you were still in that trade and you didn't get out like as quickly as me, remember where I had my stop loss. I had it above structure. So yeah, that green candle was scary, but you were protected by the hourly resistance right there. So if you're still holding this, yeah, you suffered a little bit of drawdown, but look at where it came into, 50% of that big bar candle at the hourly and continue to push down. I hope it continues to run down, but I got out of that quickly, guys. And then I also reduced my stop loss to break even with whatever was remaining. I try my best ability to do this live with you guys, but it's not easy. Hit the like button if you understood what just happened there. I know it's a lot over your head. I see a lot of you guys want gold. Okay, so why don't we just finish up this conversation with Nasdaq and we'll do gold. But before we get to gold, please answer me this. Hit the like button, not because Ron is a handsome guy. Hit the like button because you understood what just happened there. If you understood my psychology, why I pipped and why I dipped out of that trade, why I entered while it was impulsively breaking, why I waited for 1 p.m. and after, if you understood all of that, hit the like button. Then it allows me to go forward, okay? If you want to hit it because Ron's handsome too, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. You guys watch this, monitor this. We're going to go to gold now, okay? I'm going to go a little bit faster with gold. I know it sucks. We're going to get off Nasdaq, but just follow the volume. Follow the volume and pick your personal time frame. We'll do the same thing with gold. Okay. So that was a quick scalp. You got to understand that. Okay, I wasn't looking to take this trade and hold it for the entire afternoon. Okay, these are the type of style of trades I look for. I look for about 3 to 5 of these a day. That's enough to hit my daily goal, and I'm out of the markets. I'll tell you the honest truth. I like to trade Wall Street personally by myself because I need to be laser focused on 1 minute and 2 minute candles. I can't be answering questions like someone on Friday was asking me, Ron, do I sing or can I dance? About 90 seconds right before Wall Street market open, because it throws me off. And when I'm trading, I got to be laser focused when I'm scalping. I hope you guys are learning that too, to be laser focused. Because to do this and answer questions, if they're good questions, I don't mind. But if they're silly questions that have nothing to do with trading, and at the specific time of a market open, it's just ridiculous in my opinion. If you're asking good questions when the market is opening, I have no problem answering. But then when they're stupid questions, I don't entertain them. I'll tell you after the call. We'll all sing and dance together. But you see how it's still breaking down, Can we fill that wick? And then if it closes red below this big body candle, we could drop all the way down into our green box, okay? But let's do gold now. Okay, so let's continue moving over. Okay, gold, XAU USD. I'm going to use this broker, FXCM. It's abbreviated now down to FX. Okay, what we're going to do is a top down. We're going to start off with the daily. I want to give you guys a nice chart for our US presidential elections today. So let's start off on the daily. Okay. Whatever you guys are doing with Nasdaq, I'm off of it. I'm moving on. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Let me just put my phone down because I'm not trading anymore. I got to now do some analysis on gold over here. Okay, so gold on the daily. If you have been sleeping under a rock, then you have no idea that we've been trading at all-time highs. 2,800 approximately gold in the futures. Big move. Okay, why? What caused all of this? A lot of geopolitical stuff, the US dollar, tension around the world, also uncertainty, all kinds of stuff right now. It's not just US is buying gold. It's all nations around the world are buying gold right now. Why? Because it's a safe haven if there's inflation. It's a safe haven to protect their currency. If their currency is going down in value, they want to kind of hedge it. Gold is a safe investment. It's been like that for thousands of years, so you guys know gold. Some of you guys wear gold. Some of you guys have gold jewelry. You know that it's a store of value. It appreciates over time. I've never once seen gold go down in value. It will pull back, but I've never seen it go down in value. I don't know. I'm only 42 years old. Some of you guys are older than me and know more than me. But what we have now is, let's mark up the all-time high and the bodies, okay? Let's just start with this. All-time high zone, tweezer top highs. Those two bodies give me enough analysis to draw an all-time high zone into the future. Please do this. We may revisit this at some time. We may not, okay? But we've established it. draw it into the future. Do we have any other zones? Yes, absolutely we do. We have right here and 50% of this green candle. So if I'm looking for a green daily demand zone, I use already what's given to me. You know, I look at this as I'm a lucky guy because the market is already showing me their cards. You know, when you play poker, if we play poker, you can't see my hole cards, my 2 hole cards. If I'm a good poker player, I'm not going to show you my hole cards. If I'm a silly poker player, I'll show you my hole cards and you know what I'm playing with. The market right now is showing me their hole cards. I can see, I get a tell from them. I can see previous action when gold was very bullish and closed above. If I did my traditional 50% markup, I can see this big red candle that came down right into 50%, and then I match it with my zones and stretch it into the future. Now we're trading right here. I can see the last today and yesterday have been very choppy on gold. No direction right now. Inside consolidated candles. But we also have, look at right here. This is a clue. Okay, another clue. The market is showing me their whole cards here. This green candle, Tuesday, October 22. I think we talked about this. Yes, this was the 4-hour swing sell we had in the Tokyo sessions. This candle, I was saying, I have a million questions about this candle. How did it close 1 penny, like to that high wick, and it opened and came up, and then boom, they slammed it down. But when I was breaking this down on the 4-hour, there was some suspicion I had on everything here. The way how it opened, but if you remember, it was initially a bearish ignited candle. That's what I raised a million questions on. And then it came back and took the liquidity, took the money, and then they slammed it down. Okay, so if we use this same critical area to draw a point of interest yellow line. Let's do that. Okay, right there. Yellow. Okay, it's a point of interest. Now I can see, as of today, how it was trading here. Okay, so this now, what I can do is, so this is, again, let's do this together. Yellow line. What is yellow line? Daily. Daily POI of resistance. Why? Because gold's volume is below us. Okay. If I'm looking for a zone, okay, remember zone, I can look at today's high wick and this low wick and start to draw a zone. That's it. That's enough information for me to start to draw a zone and bring it into the future and make it red. Okay, before we come up to the all-time high, we've got now a zone of resistance right here in the market. Okay, so let's now just follow our volume from yesterday. Yesterday gold opened, there was no gaps in the market. This is where we closed on Friday. It opened right here. It was initially bearish, came down here, but the buyers stepped in. Higher low, higher low, higher low. They brought it right back up where it was bullish. It came all the way back up here. We were engulfing everything. We tapped into this red box, point of interest, resistance, and then they pushed it down. And we closed right here with this little baby body of green volume. Where did we open? We closed here. We opened right here. Today we were bearish again on gold. It came down red, red. It took out yesterday's low, and right there. Look at the tweezer bottom low. 2,724.75 right there, equal low, and that equal low wick on October 28. So let's draw a purple line right there. That's our low of the day, and not only is it a low of the day, it's a tweezer bottom low with October 28. Okay, so those are equal lows. They didn't allow it to break this structure that was already developed on October 28. So purple line, low of the day. You can put the date if you wish. Again, we can do Tuesday if we're going to follow gold the entire week. Tuesday, November the 5th. That was the low of the day. Okay. So if volume ever comes back down here, we know that that's the low of the day. What happened when we came down here today? It came back up. Bullish, bullish, bullish. came right back to where we opened, and we came all the way up to our high of the day. Where's our high of the day? The high wick. It's right up there, okay? So I'm going to draw a purple line. I know it's a lot going on here, but do I need to draw a purple line? I don't have to, because I know it's in the red box, but for you guys, I'm going to do this. A purple line to represent the high of the day. Okay, so that's the high of the day. Ron is not there yet. I'm not at my high of the day yet. After this call, Ron will be at the high of the day. Okay, so now we got rejected up there. And then the sellers pushed it back down, pushed it back down, pushed it back down. And this is where we are right now. We're at 27.40 as I speak right now. Okay. So do we have other points of interest? Yeah. Where we closed yesterday and where we opened, that should be a point of interest. All daily candles, whatever you're analyzing, anywhere they open or where they close the previous day and they open, if there's gaps, if there's straightforward opens, no gaps, you should at least acknowledge it. Okay, the way how you acknowledge it, I don't know how you do it, but I do it with a line. I do it with the yellow line, and I also write next to it so I know what this is. So I match the yellow, I write again, daily POI of support. Okay, if it comes back down here, it is support momentarily. Okay, so if I'm scalping and it comes down there, I'm gonna assume that the buyers are there. Okay, if I want to draw myself a green box, what do you think I'm gonna do with a green box? Okay, who can answer this for me? Please, God, I hope someone can answer this for me. If Ron was gonna make a green box around that yellow line, what two candles am I looking at? Please, please, for the love of God, can someone answer this for me? I'm praying. Look at me. I'm praying. I'm praying. If I was looking for a zone and not just a point of interest, what two candlesticks am I looking at? Please, please. I'm at 10 more seconds and then I got to do it. We got to keep cooking. Anyone? Anyone? Holy silence. Crickets. Come on, guys. I'm looking at these two bodies right here. Right here, guys. Just like that. Boom. Okay. Make it neutral so you can see it and draw into the future. The volume is above. We make the box green. Very straightforward, very simplistic, very easy. Okay. Do you understand that? Now I've kind of encaptured that volume. Okay. I can do the same thing if I like to make it the same distance above. Okay, but I'm going to keep it right there because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this volume in half right now. So where it opened and where the volume is, I'm cutting it in half right now. Okay, so I know that this thing is going to move while I just cut it. But right now, during our analysis, this is representing the current 50% of the volume of gold inside today's daily candle. So I'm going to write right here, this is a daily POI of support. Okay, and let's continue moving to the next time frame. So what is today's daily candle? It's a spin top, indecision. It opened, it was red, we made the low of the day, it came back up to here, made the high of the day, and they pushed it right back down and we got this green volume. Still a little bit bullish because of the bullish volume, but this could easily lose this bullish volume and drop down. Okay, will it trade choppy sideways due to presidential elections and all that shit? Maybe, or maybe it starts moving bullish. Who knows? That's for us to determine. If we start now, if we get scalping 2 minutes, we don't need massive zones. We need just smaller zones. Next zone would be, just look, if we continue to fill up green, green, green up this wick, right there, there's a body and a body. 27.43, 27.44. Another yellow line right there. Okay. Because if I'm scalping up here, I have to know that there was a point of interest where a body closed and opened right there. That's where resistance could be. So again, last one I'm going to write is this. Daily POI resistance. Remember, I'm going to bring this down to 2 minutes like we did with Nasdaq. So these point of interest will be critical. Okay, so I don't have too much information on today's daily candle. It's kind of consolidating in here. Yes, it could potentially go back up in the next week, or it could sell back down. We don't have too much. Let's go now dissect this into the hourly. Let's figure out what time of day we made our low of the day, what time of day we made our high of the day, and what is going on. So this big red bar, Monday, coming down here at 2100. Okay, so this is about 9 p.m. Okay, when the futures market opens up, then you got 10 p.m. That's what made the low of the day. Pulled back. Where did it pull back down to? If you are an hourly trader, okay, I'm not saying what to do, but if you're an hourly trader, you see this big bullish engulfing candle, all you had to do was cut it in half with a white line. If you cut it in half with a white line, you're good to go. Look at the retracement, right to the white line, right by the white line, continue to push up, okay? This will always be a white line of support going forward. We're nowhere near this white line, but I'm showing you if you see a big body candle, whether it's green, whether it's red, cut it in half. Cut it in half, cut it in half, cut it in half, okay? If you can't figure out how to cut it in half just by eyeballing it, get your handy Fibonacci tool where the body opens and where it closes. It will tell you exactly 0.5, 2,731 and 70 cents. You see how close I was to it? I can now just move it right up to there, and now I had 50%. If you wanted the zone, remember what we talked about, okay? If you don't just want 50%, there's your 618 and your 382. If you're drawing an hourly zone, do this. And bring it into the future, bring it into the future, bring it into the future, and don't stop bringing it into the future. At some point in time, gold may come all the way right back in here, and this might be where the buyers are waiting. There's a wick, there's a wick, and there's a wick. Why would there not be another wick or pending orders or buyers in there? Okay, so that's off topic. I just want to make sure, again, drill it into your brains, the 50%. 50%. Okay, make trading easy. Don't make it complicated. Okay, now let's continue to see what happened off of there. 1 a.m., 2 a.m. pre-London. London, we had some volume. 3 a.m. It was red. Where did it come down to? Again, around that zone. 50% there, and it came right back up with a new high, closing at the high. 4 a.m., we continue to push up. Then 5 a.m., they brought it right back down to this green box. Then we barcoded. 6, green. 7 a.m., red. Colmex. Big green body candle. We drove into our high of the day at Wall Street, right there. Nice psychological number, $2,749.97. It sounds like we're at Walmart, you know, the rollback days. Shouldn't this be exactly 2,750, that nice psychological number? No, it's like Walmart, 2,749.97. Those rollback days at Walmart. Some of you guys, if you're cheap like me, you shop at Walmart, you're a regular at Walmart, you know these rollback prices, okay? Ron is cheap. I shop at Walmart. I like to save, I like to stretch my dollar as far as I can. That's how I save money, guys. I don't go like this, throwing money and making it rain. I stretch a dollar. I'm old school like my father. So Walmart rollback days right there. And then what happened since then? 10 a.m. Look at the answer. It was an ignited red candle continuing. Wow, look at that. Did we have news this morning? I believe we had 10 a.m. news. Anyone follow what I say when there's news at 10 a.m.? ISM services. Why did this have an impact on gold? Look at it. 56. What does this mean? Remember, above 50, industry is expanding. Good for US dollar. When US dollar shows some strength, gold potentially is correlated and sells. Okay, so that justifies that move at 10 a.m. That big red. It came all the way down here, but then the buyers were waiting to bring it all the way right back up. Now look, we came 11 a.m. right back. We're 50% of that red candle. Guys, come on. Like, see the opening price, closing price. If you get your handy Fibonacci tool from the opening price to the closing price, where's 50%? Right there. Look at it. 2,744 and 26 cents. It came green, 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 touched exactly 50% and pushed down. Okay, we came back up again. Where? To the point of interest, push down, daily point of interest, came back again to the daily point of interest, push right back down. Okay, so now gold is consolidating. Red, green, red. Okay, but we do have some critical hourly levels. Where? Right here. Look, look at this. We've got a close, we've got an open. We've got a close and we've got an open. Exactly right here. Let's throw a white line right here. Right exactly right there. 2,741.92 cents. And let's write on it that this is a white line. What does white represent? White represents 1H or hourly, however you say it. Okay, I'm not here to discriminate. 1H or hourly, point of interest, and it's representing resistance. Why? Because the volume is definitely below us. Okay, so if we keep coming up here, this may be resistance. Okay, we came all the way down and we're coming up. Now what I want to see is these two exact same candles, red and closed right there. It opened right there and closed. I'm going to grab 50% of these two bars right now, this red one and this green one. I'm going to use my Fibonacci tool to be 100% exact. From that white line down to where those bodies closed and opened, there's 50%. 2,740.37 cents. I'm going to draw my white line with the use of Fibonacci right there. Fantastic. I'm going to get rid of my Fibonacci now. It did its job, and there's my white line. So this is showing me this is exactly 50% of this red candle and 50% exactly of this green candle to the decimal. Okay, now we're going to write something. 1H. We're on the hourly. Hourly, POI, support. Okay, if the volume continues to stay above this white line, it may represent support. Okay, see how we broke and then the buyers brought it right back. Look at where the volume is concentrated, right at our white line. How much longer do we have on this hourly candle? We got 16 minutes to go. Will it close below the white line? Will it come back up and close near here? Are we going to fill these top wicks? Are we going to fill this bottom wick? Where's the volume? Right now, the volume is just consolidating right in between these two white lines right now. Right there. If you want to trap the hourly volume, that's where gold is trapped right now. Okay. And look at how choppy it is on the hourly. Like, look at that now, the hourly structure. This hurts my eyes looking at this. It was green, red, green, red, green, red, red, green, red. Like this is like no trade area. If I was an hourly trader, I would be avoiding this shit at all costs. I'd be watching what's going to happen up here at this yellow line, and I would be watching what's happening down here at this yellow line. Okay, if you want to scalp inside here, yeah, we're going to break it down. We're going to come down to those 2-minute candles. Okay, so this is the 2 minutes on gold. Remember we did the 2 minutes on Nasdaq? Now we got 2 minutes. So there's a lot of trades to be made on 2 minutes. Like here, potential sell. There was a potential buy, a potential sell, potential buy, small sell, small buy, small buy, small sell, and now we're back inside here. Okay, look at how shitty these 2-minute candles were closing. Why? Because 1:30 p.m. COMEX market closes. So I hope you guys know that 8:20 COMEX market opens, 1:30 it closes. So we have the commodities exchange closed right now. So this is just volume trading outside of the commodities exchange. Okay, we've got our grid system. What we can do now is we can build off of and analyze 2-minute structure. Okay, so you see this last drop right there. I'm going to draw a red line to show me that that was the 2-minute support right here. Where is it? Okay, guys, I'm going to bring my Fibonacci tool and show you guys this. I can't make this shit up. This is live. Okay, I want to make that clear to everybody. This is not back testing. This is not saying I did this last week, and this is live right now. So, you know our lines of let me get rid of this consolidated box to show you. Okay, see our hourly and this daily point of interest. I walked you through how and why I chose those areas. Now bring your Fibonacci tool. I want to show you guys this. Put it from the white line to the yellow line. Where is 50%? On the Fibonacci. Right there, 0.5, 2,739 and 40. If I bring the red line to that right there to the 50, do you see how almost accurate it is to find that 50% retracement from this line to that line, from one zone to zone? Okay, you can see how it reacted at 50%. Remember, if you want a zone on the 2 minutes, how do we do that? How do we do that? Grab your Fibonacci, okay, from the line to the line, right? You know where's your 50. There's your golden line, 618, and your 382. If you need a 2-minute zone, how do we do this? Like this, right? Okay, there's our zone. According to Fibonacci, not according to Ron, it's according to Leonardo Fibonacci, Italian mathematician in the 14th, 15th century. He created this. He's brilliant. Look at that. We don't have to do anything as traders. Now all we got to do is just look to the left. We've got our zone. Okay, make it green and stretch it into the future. Leonardo Fibonacci didn't teach me to stretch it into the future. I taught myself that to stretch it into the future, because I stare at candles for more than half of my life, and I've seen that when volume comes back down into here, it has a tendency to go back up, unless it's big red volume and we close below here. Then we do the same thing, and what we do is we just naturally change the color of the zone corresponding to the volume. If it's a red candle closing below here, we do not alter the zone, we change the color. If it comes and gets rejected, then we sell. And where could it sell down to? It could sell down to those Fibonacci levels or to these daily points of interest. Okay, very, very simple, but this is a way how you can accurately pinpoint your zones with accuracy. Okay, so this is still going to be a 2-minute zone on gold demand. Bring it into the future. Okay, how are we trading now? We had a beautiful bullish move coming all the way. Where did it just touch? Did it not just touch right now our hourly 1H hourly point of interest resistance? I did this before the volume came here. Okay, so if I was in a buy, hypothetically, if I was in a buy, I guarantee you I would be doing something disciplined up here by this white line. Why? Because this is hourly. Let's read it together. 1H hourly point of interest resistance. These are 2-minute candles. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10-minute came up there, and then they rejected it, and then it opened with a big bearish ignited candle pushing down. If you got into a scalp, even if you scalp this, okay, from the 1H hourly point of interest support right here where it closed above and you got that bullish ignited candle. Again, I didn't do this. I'm just showing you hypothetically. If you bought that bullish candle and it came right to that white line, you could have made that amount of profit or did something up there. I'm not saying to close the entire trade, but do something. This is where you could have taken your stop loss while you were going and came to a break even. You could have done what I naturally did on that Nasdaq scalp where I closed out 80% and left 20% running. You could have measured the zone before you even took the trade to know exactly how many pips that is. That's about 15.5 pips from this hourly white support line to the hourly point of resistance. And that is the exact destination from point A to point B. If you're driving with a navigation system or a GPS, you put in where you got to go, your destination. It tells you exactly how to get there. These candles, this is like a GPS for the volume where it could possibly go. Okay. You guys understand that? And we did all of this analysis prior to this volume coming here. Now, what's going on? it's kind of consolidating. I can see around 50% of the white lines. Again, your Fibonacci tool is it's fantastic. Like, it will tell you where's 50% right here. You can draw a line if you like at 50%. And then you can base your analysis off of it. And then you can see in the past how volume reacted at this line. And look at now how it's holding right at 50% still. If it comes down red below here, I could potentially look to sell it from the red line down to this white line. I know it's going to be a small trade. It's only going to be 10 pips, but if it breaks this, could drop further. Where could it drop down to? Potentially down to the green box or 50% of this green candle. You know, it's just understanding this is trading with discipline. Okay, it eliminates the guessing. That's what this style of trading does. Do I trade futures? Absolutely. I trade everything. There's nothing I don't trade. Okay, I just want to make that clear. I trade Forex. I trade futures. I trade equities. I trade options. I trade crypto. I trade soft lumber. I trade poultry. I trade beans. I trade anything. I don't care what it is. I trade. Okay, I'm trading my time right now to educate you guys. That's a trade. I'm trading my time to be away from my kids right now who need me, to be with you guys, to educate you guys. That is a trade. Whether it's not money, but it's still, I'm trading time to educate. Okay, you guys are also making a trade with me. You guys have traded your time to be on this channel as opposed to doing other things. So, you know, we're trading. Corn, yes, corn. It's harvest time right now, Amir. Corn, you know, is September, October, harvest month. You know, corn, you can trade corn. Wheat, okay? If you remember when the war started with Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine has a lot of wheat, and then the supply decreased. So the wheat production in Europe was pretty scarce. The global price of wheat skyrocketed. Why? All because of war and where wheat was located in Europe. So if you look at all of these things, can really help you guys out. Okay, see that? How it impulsively broke down there and came right back up. Okay, again, this candle is going to close in 20 seconds. So no red volume close below there. Can you trade Dak Prescott? Oh my God, Yoda, yes, please. Holy shit! Don't get me started with the Cowboys. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, but Blair, right now I'm closet Detroit Lions and closet Buffalo Bills right now. They're only like 90 minutes away from Yoda and Dave, but I gotta support Detroit Lions and Buffalo Bills. I'm a closet Bills and Lions fan because Cowboys are they're horrible right now. God, Dak Prescott sucks. Don't get me started with that guy. He pulled his hamstring now. And then did you hear what he said? He said, "We are shit." He said that verbally. There was a mic on him and he said, "We are shit." It's like the whole team is shit. No, you're the quarterback. You're the leader. You got to get your shit together. Sorry, guys. Off topic. Enough football. So right now, the 2 minutes of gold you can clearly see the consolidation from that hourly point of interest right down to 50% of this white line to the white line. You can draw it neutral if you like, and you can patiently wait for your next scalp. I can pretty much guarantee the rest of the afternoon, gold is not just going to trade inside here. It's eventually going to try to make a move either to the upside or to the downside. So it might follow this frog leg pattern like this, or a frog leg pattern to the downside like this. Okay, but While it's doing that, you also have to wait for volume to confirm a close above or a close below. Otherwise, you might get sucked in on an impulse like this, where this red candle showed red, 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 and if you sold before that closed, look at what it did. It came right back up and went back up to here. So those sellers who impulsively scalp this sell, they're holding in drawdown right now. Okay, so there is a time and place when to take an impulse. If you rewind this video, you saw that I took an impulse on that Nasdaq, but I like the way how it was building, setting up for that sell. Okay, there is also a time and place, but if you don't want to take an impulse, don't. Teach yourself to not take an impulse. Wait for volume to confirm a close above. Maybe wait for a natural pullback to the best of your ability, and that's how you can learn how to start trading with discipline. Okay, you don't need to take every single impulse candle. If you're a trader like me, where you're on the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, do you know how many impulse candles there's going to be in your trading session? It's going to be so many, you're not going to know what to do. So the best thing to do is maybe teach yourself some discipline to wait for bodies to close. If you're a higher time frame trader, like if you're on the 30 minute, 1 hour, or the 4 hour, you're not so much concerned with impulse candles as we are on the lower time frames. So you have to show a little bit of restraint or discipline. Okay. Football is life. From the beginning of your channel with 55 subscribers, we're almost at 80,000 now. Today I learned something new again. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always say you're going to learn something new on this channel because I don't stop talking. So I've been talking 4 or 5 years ago when we started this with Dave, and you were the first 55 subscriber, like 55. That's now we're almost at 79, 80,000 last time I checked, and you're learning something new. So that's amazing. Keep it up. And I love the name Football is Life. I love it. Okay, so that's gold. Okay, so it's just continuing to consolidate here. Not the best. Be patient. Wait for a setup. Let's see Nasdaq. What Nasdaq was doing. Okay, so while gold is consolidating, remember, and we're getting close to 2 p.m. in 2 minutes. Okay, so anyone trading Nasdaq, if you traded it, let's now look at what happened in our zones. So remember, Ron sold this candle and came down there, and I pipped and dipped, and it came back up. If you were still holding with your stop loss up there, you just got a full TP. Coming down, where right down, look at where it stopped. At the bottom of the green box, guys, I'm not making this up. Look, it came down there to our white point of interest support and broke down there, and it came right back up, and now it's trading right down in here. If it continues to build off of here, I could look for buys kind of above this resistance and take it back up to this red box to the white line. Okay, but do you see how it naturally came all the way down there? It took a while to get down there, but if you were holding from this zone to that zone, it got down there. It eventually got down there, took a while to get down there, but that's a pretty nice move from right here from where we sold to come down there. That's 55 pips. That's not too bad, okay, if you got that. But this is where you can use your zones. You see how that 2 minute volume fell right down to the bigger green box? And that's where we made our zone. Remember our white line? We had the white line and we went a little bit above and a little bit below. But we did that with the hourly, okay? So if you need to rewind this video and watch it again, I recommend it because you're gonna polish up everything what we just talked about. Okay, guys, it's 2 p.m. right now, so we have a new hourly candle. So what you can do is take a peek at the hourly candles. This was where we kind of got into a sell on the hourly volume. It tried 2 times at the high of the day, it got rejected where it made a lower high, and then it pushed all the way right back down. Where? To those bodies. Exactly. Remember Ron made the green box right here? Okay, and look at where it closed. Right at the green box, it opened, ignited. So now what I would be doing is, see the big red hourly candle? Figure out where's 50% of that red volume. If you can't pinpoint it with just your eyes like that, get your Fibonacci tool, go from where it opened and where the volume closed, and there's your 50%. I was right on it, okay? Right there, exactly. Again, if you need to make a red box on the hourly, you can go to your 382.5618. Now you got, again, a natural hourly zone, okay? If you feel comfortable, now you can get rid of your Fibonacci. You did your analysis, stretch everything into the future, and go back to watching your lower time frames. So you see right here, that's that zone now from the previous hourly candle. Okay, if that's too big of a zone for you, then don't use a zone. Just focus again on the line. But if you want a zone, you got a zone. Okay, but guys, that's it. 2 p.m. I gotta go. I gotta see how my kids are doing. They're at home with me again. They took a day off of school. They're not feeling well, so Papa has to go see how they're doing. I appreciate a lot of you guys. I hope you guys learned something new today. Presidential elections all day today. Will that affect the markets? Who knows? Tomorrow we're going to have maybe calmer markets on a Wednesday, and then Thursday is FOMC. So we will see you tomorrow again, same time, 12 p.m. Remember, daylight savings time. If you didn't change your clocks back, 12 p.m. If you learned something new today, guys, if you enjoyed today's call, hit the likes. If you want to join the Sniper team, we would love to have you guys join our free blog. Types of order blocks, everything we talk about on these live calls, you're going to gain some type of education. You're going to learn. This is all free for you guys. All of these daily blogs, we put some time and effort into giving you guys good free content, and all we ask for is you guys to head on over to our website and sign up for this free blog. If you want to join the team, you can join the team. We would love to have you, and you can trade with not just myself, but Dave, destroying gold in the morning during COMEX, with Shahab having fun in London, and the entire Discord team with Yoda in there sharing his extensive knowledge. If you like Nasdaq, that man knows about Nasdaq and the S&P, and I'm an old man, so I follow the Dow Jones. I'm a boring old man. So thank you that NVIDIA is coming in to add some excitement into the Dow Jones. Education, if you need education, we got tons of webinars, guys. And I got a lot I'm making. Look at all of these webinars, okay? These are all available to you guys. Tons of webinars, okay? Over hundreds of them. And these are not short webinars. These are not 10-20 minutes. These are 2 to 3 hour long webinars. So you gotta have some time to set aside if you want to learn here, okay? Because I don't think anyone can go through all of these. You want to watch it, retain, and learn everything that we do here, guys. We're here to encourage. We're here to help you. We're here to support you. We want to see you guys do well in these markets. But you got to put the discipline in, okay? The dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, okay? Your work ethic will dictate what you get out of these markets. If you go half-ass job, you're going to get a half-ass results. If you put the effort and the work into learning, your results will show, and results being profitability. Okay, that's why we do this. So stay focused, everyone. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the presidential elections. If you guys are in the US, please go out and vote. Whoever it is, make your vote matter, because it could potentially impact your future and your children's future. So study your candidates. Study your parties. Yeah, who do we have? We got Trump or Harris, but that's who you got to choose from. And US is the leader of the free world. So who knows what's going to happen in the next 4 years? Who knows what's going to happen after tonight's results? I don't know. But we'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a good day, guys. I appreciate all of you guys on YouTube. If you guys can hit the like, subscribe. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everyone on Zoom. I hope you guys learned something too. And enjoy the rest of your afternoon. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Appreciate everyone. Have a good day. God bless. Thank you, Hurst. Enjoy your day. Go Cowboys. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your day.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks That We're Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please. Secure
Recording
it.
stopped.